Welcome once again to the Mayor's Weekly Press Conference. It is the last day of February. February's gone already. Just a brief update on some of the upcoming weather. Today's high is supposed to be 61. Tomorrow, it's looking like rain, unfortunately. But you know, I've got some guests up here. We'll talk about tomorrow, some of tomorrow's events. We're going to charge forward tomorrow regardless. But it's looking like rain, high of 60, low of 34. Going into Friday, cloudy. Again, high about 42, dropping out a little bit cooler, a low of 26. And then into Saturday, which will be partly cloudy, a high of 47, a low of 24. And then Sunday, full-on sun, finally. A high of 51 and a low of 28. So a little sneak peek of the weather ahead of us. EPW, Engineering and Public Works, got several things going on in the city. North Lancaster Lane closure. This is going to be tomorrow, March 1st. The closure will be from 8 a.m. until Friday, March 2nd at 4 p.m. This is for a manhole repair up in that area. So just be cognizant of that. Traffic will be shifted into the parking spaces on the left side of North Congress until the completion of the repair. East Washington and South College Street intersection lane closure. That actually started today, and I believe that repair work is finalized. It was a manhole project in that area. As I just drove up there not too long ago, that is open. But we did have some repairs, and just in case there are any further work in that area, you're aware of it. Through today. Columbus Road Bike Path Spur. This was an interesting one. Last week, actually a week and a half ago, when we had our first high water event, we had, again, a significant surge in the river. The river rechannelized itself down near the Columbus Road Bike Path Spur to where it breached a oxbow that was in that area. And along with that rerouting of the river comes around a sharper bend now and started to scour a little bit the bike path spur, the new bike path spur approach, and did some damage along there, not to the bike path itself, but to the embankment. We're watching that closely. The Columbus Road Bike Path Spur is open. It's open. I would strongly, strongly encourage people not to go too close to the edge of the embankment itself off of the bike path, because again, there is some scouring that has occurred there and the soils are not 100% stable. I believe that we may have put some caution tape up along there. The spur is open, but please don't wander off of the bike path spur. That would be on, I believe it's the northwest portion of the bike paths, the embankment. So again, just want to make sure people are aware of that. Some other things under Engineering and Public Works, the Richland Avenue Pedestrian Passageway. There was a meeting last week about the passageway designs. Those will continue to be posted for the Richland Avenue Pedestrian Passageway. They will continue to be posted on the city's website. You can look at them at www.ci.athens.oh.us/310/projects. So they're still up there. A lot of public input on the two different design elements for the passageway itself. So take a look at those if you're interested. And I don't believe, Scott Thompson's in the audience, I don't believe we have, is there the ability for anyone to kind of make a selection as to what they like or don't like, or? We are going to rerun Very good. Scott was just saying that we're going to rerun the Twitter poll that we pushed out. So we'll continue to get that out there so that people can kind of see and select one of the two designs with that pedestrian passageway. The last update that I've got is, once again, Freedom Construction, who is going to be the general contractor on the 33 East State Street improvements that are going to be occurring soon. They're going to start in March. They're going to mobilize in March, and what you're going to see first is sidewalk work as well as some of the lighting in that area. And then as we start getting into the warmer months when the asphalt plants open up, we're going to start seeing milling and repaving on East State Street. And with that, it's probably worth also mentioning that both the city crews as well as Freedom Construction have been working diligently. We did get one of the asphalt plants to reopen for patchwork. So we've got a lot of patchwork that's going on East State Street. I believe it's going on as I speak to you now. I do know that Richland Avenue, south of Canterbury, a lot of patchwork took place there. West Union patchwork, Stimson Avenue patchwork, and I may have already said this, West Union. And then we'll finish up the last bit of patchwork that we've got to do. If need be, we will get more hot mix, and that's what we're putting down. Everyone who's watching, we're putting hot mix. This isn't cold mix, which is much more temporary. This is a little bit longer, better suited patching material. So that's going down, much needed. So that is, again, an improvement that we're going to see, at least an improvement over what looked like the Wild Wild West for a while there. So again, cities apologizes for any inconveniences that may have placed on people, but it's underway. Last thing, under engineering and public works, it's really not an engineering nor public works thing, but something I want to keep people posted on, and that is that this weekend, this Saturday in particular, is what's referred to as the Mill Street Festival Fest. Not a city-sanctioned fest, but anyway, traffic will maintain open on Mill Street this Saturday. We would encourage people to plan for routing yourselves a little bit differently, because there's likely to be a very large number of Ohio University students who will be festing in that area. So again, that's just a friendly warning suggestion from me to anyone who's watching. A lot of things going on in the world of Arts West and the Athens Community Center. Let me start with some of the things at Arts West itself. Thursday, March 1st, the Athens Old Time Square Dance and Social, hosted by Joe Burdock, featuring the caller from Elkins, West Virginia. That is T. Claw. That dancing starts at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock donation, suggested donation is $6. Friday the 2nd, Kim Jackson art opening featuring a cat-themed artwork with refreshments and musical entertainment provided by Laura Nadeau. It's free and open to the public. That's going to be from 6 to 8 p.m. in Arts West. Arts West is at 132 West State Street. Saturday or Sunday, March 4th, the Family Contra Dance. That's from 3 to 5 p.m. Drop in anytime. Admission by donation. Suggested donation is $3 per dancer. And then the community center, some of the programs. March soccer registration is going on. It'll go on through March 18th. Kids in kindergarten, from kindergarten to 6th grade, it's $35 per child. The season goes from April 9th to May 10th. Let's see, any other things going on in Arts West? There's a wine, mead, and venison competition. This is also at Arts West. This is March 3rd. So March 3rd from 5 to 9 p.m., which is Saturday. Again, Arts West, 132 West State Street. So come check out that. That might be interesting to experience. The last thing, two announcements, and I think Ryan Schwartzoff, running the control panel, may be able to throw these up for everyone. The first one is an event tomorrow, something that I'm really looking forward to. Again, this is my reference to the weather tomorrow. This will go on, rain or shine, so don't run away because of whatever the weather may be. I'm not going to. I'm going to be out there with my guests who are here with me today. It is the 2018 Disabilities Awareness March on Court Street. And I really love this little moniker on this flag that's showing, see the able, not the label. And I can't stress that enough. That is so true. This is going to be a march on Court Street. This is the first ever march up Court Street. This is to increase disabilities awareness, bring your signs, bring your banner, bring your voice, bring your friends. Again, this is tomorrow, March 1st. Lineup is going to be at Baker Center, 4th floor entrance. Lineup is going to start at 9:30 tomorrow morning. The march will start at 10 a.m. and the route will be going from Baker Center. It's going to go up Court Street, and it's going to end at the courthouse with a brief presentation. I believe Commissioner Lenny Eliason is going to be reading a proclamation. I will be up there to say a few brief remarks as well. So come out for this one. This one is going to be great. The first annual. Again, I'm excited. This is really going to be cool. The other thing is, while I'm at it, March is Disabilities Awareness Month. I know that we will be lighting up our cupola to acknowledge that here at the City Building. But along with that is the 2018 Disabilities Awareness Festival, another event that I really love. That one is going to be Tuesday, March 20th. I will continue to push this out in future press conferences. March 20th, this is, as usual, going to be in the Athens Community Center, which is 701 East State Street here in Athens. It will be from 6 to 8 p.m., and I would imagine, Beacon School is going to be there. Athens County Developmental Disabilities is going to be there. ATCO is going to be there. Personnel Plus. I'm sure that the Athens Commission on Disabilities will be there, but there will be all the other entities that play into this. I can't speak for HAVAR, but I would imagine there are going to be a lot of those other service providers who will be coming to this. Hopefully we're going to have the Athens Community Singers who are going to be there again. Yeah. I'm getting a thumbs up on that one, so I'm glad I didn't speak out of turn. You're going to be singing, yay. Yeah. That's always a great event. I don't know if our ever popular Robin Barnes is going to be. No, she's not. Oh well, that's okay. But I know Robin. Robin is going to be there in spirit if she can't be there, and there will be a lot of others. I have a proclamation that I wanted to read today. This is a proclamation kicking off the Disabilities Awareness Month. It's also so poignant that this is also being read today in light of tomorrow's parade that is going to be, again, marching up at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, up Court Street, from Baker Center to the county courthouse. But if I may, I'd like to read this, and then Autumn, I'm going to be turning this proclamation over to my guests up here, and I might even try to goad Kevin Davis into coming up here. He's saying no, that's okay. I'll get you one of these days, Kevin. And I also, Aaron Smedley's here today as well, former city council member Aaron Smedley. And so, everyone, this is for you. Office of the Mayor, proclamation. Whereas individuals with developmental disabilities, their family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers encourage everyone to focus on the abilities of all people, and whereas the most effective way to increase this awareness is through everyone's active participation in community activities and the openness to learn and acknowledge each other's contributions. And whereas the City of Athens is proud of the many community partners that allow everyone to use their abilities to assist in the creation of our accepting and open community. And whereas we encourage all citizens to support opportunities for individuals with developmental disabilities in our community that increase full access to education, housing, employment, and recreational activities. Now, therefore, I, Steve Patterson, the mayor of the city of Athens, Ohio, do solemnly proclaim March 2018, the whole month, Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. Celebrate community and recognize that our communities are stronger when everyone participates. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you all, my friends. Thank you for being up here with me.
You're welcome.
It's great. It's great to see you once again. It was great to see you last year. I'm going to see you next year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Great. And with that, I have people from the press here. I don't know if you had any questions that you wanted to ask. If you do, if you'd come up to the desk, indicate who you are, and fire away with any questions. And hopefully there are questions that have to do with Disabilities Awareness Month.
Might be one.
Okay.
Would you like to go first? You can go first.
Okay. Well, we are very excited for the walk tomorrow. Maybe we'll be covering that too. I'm Anna Hoffman. I am a student here. I'm part of Newswatch at noon. So my question is actually about the Mill Fest going on this weekend.
Yes.
So we know that city officials are taking a lot of precautions, probably safety precautions. How are they preparing for this weekend, and not only this weekend, but the upcoming fest weekends that are going to be happening?
Well, we reach out to our partners in terms of law enforcement throughout the state, with the State Highway Patrol, as well as usual, the City of Athens Police Department partnering with Ohio University's Police Department, and just and that also includes the Code Enforcement Office of getting out and at least messaging to all the residents up and down Mill Street, and we'll do the same thing for High, and we'll do the same thing for Palmer when that time comes, to make sure everyone has basically this form that I have here in front of me, which kind of lists some of the things, that they should be cognizant of, parking on Mill Street, if you're going to be partying, don't crawl up on your roof if you're intoxicated. That's not ever a good idea. Talks about the stages, talks about vending and tent signage, talks about porta-johns, which are permissible on the private properties, and a good idea. And again, it has a list of different things that will just, help to make things run smoothly. And then it also, be safe, be civil, be smart. I also I'm glad you asked, some of the other things that we're also going to be doing, and I know that the university ambassadors are getting out and doing the same thing, meeting with the people living up and down Mill Street and maybe a little bit onto Palmer and onto Stewart. Just reminding them, that if you're going to be reveling on Saturday and not at your own residence, but you have one on Mill Street, is to make sure you lock up your house, and in particular protect your belongings. Or if you are going to be partaking at your own residence, make sure that you do lock up your valuables, because a lot of times your valuables may look more valuable to someone else than yourself, and unbeknownst to you, the next thing that's missing is your iPhone, your laptop, your wallet, again, your belongings. So, the ambassadors will be getting out to kind of continue to message that as well. But again, you're going to see, law enforcement larger than out. Their presence is going to be there, and they're there to assist in this event as well. They're not there to put the hammer down all the time. They're there to make sure. And I say that, and hoping that people can become active bystanders as opposed to passive bystanders. If you see something that doesn't look right, or someone that may be doing something that just, again, doesn't look right to you, reach out to them. They're there to help in situations like that, to where if you see someone who might be, the appearance might be they're being mistreated or accosted, at the event or in the backyards or something like that, reach out. Be an active bystander, not a passive bystander. So we're asking for the students to help kind of self-police along with the level of law enforcement that you're going to see out there.
In the past, what has been one of the major issues that the city has had to deal with the fest? Not only safety concerns, but is there anything with the community?
Well, in the past, there has been some pretty bad things that have happened in the past. Probably one of the worst was, I believe it was 2011, 2012, to where there was a house fire. And in a situation like that, if students don't get out of the way when our fire services are trying to get there to help put that fire out, or to make sure that they can access the fire hydrants, be smart. Don't stand in the way and just stand there and start touting fire, fire, fire. Get out of the way. So those are some of the concerns. Just making sure people are being thoughtful of emergency services if they have to get in somewhere, whether it's an accident that may occur where someone may have hurt themselves, or if there's a fire, or if law enforcement has to, try to apprehend somebody for whatever reason, to don't impede them as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Joe Hennessy with Newswatch at Noon.
Hey, Joe.
I have to go with the East State Street and the potholes and
Sure.
the reconstruction, basically, the road. I know that it takes a lot of time to do that, and it will, but how can you, what are your words to say to make the pros better than the cons? Like, I know everybody looks at it like it's a tough situation. I have to drive on that road every single day, but
Sure.
how do you tell people it's going to be okay at the end of the road?
Drive out there today. That's the best thing I can tell you. Like I said, I was out there today, and the potholes are being filled with hot mix, which, as I mentioned earlier, is a much more permanent or a longer lasting pothole repair than cold mix. Cold mix is a temporary form of patching. We're not out of freeze season. You know, it's going to be down to 26 on Friday. It's going to be down to 25 on Saturday during the nighttime. And with that, it's basic science. You know, if you've got water under something, whatever that patch is, and you know as well as I do, when water freezes, it expands. And so things start popping. We don't anticipate any snow to where we're going to have snow removal out there. That's another thing that'll impact the streets, to where we had a lot of snow episodic snow, but we had some interesting snow events this year. And with the snow plows out there, you know, with that heaving and thawing, you know, things pop up, things stand up a little bit, and then some of the old former patches can get knocked out. The potholes are being patched, like I said, as we speak. I already indicated that aside from East State Street, Union, Stimson, Richland, and soon, if not already, Columbus Road and Pomeroy Road, a lot of the main arteries in the city and around the city those potholes have been fixed. So, I mean, there's going to be some pains as we move forward because it's not the smoothest surface in the world. But come, this summer when East State Street is completely redone, and I say completely, it's going to be milled down. We're going to get, a few inches of new asphalt put down. The surface will be completely smooth once again. There will also be a sidewalk, which with my friends here, it's going to be great. There's never been a sidewalk on the south side of Richland or on East State Street, which is now a great ADA accessibility Herculean effort that's going to go forward in terms of overcoming a major barrier, to be able to access businesses if you have mobility issues along the south side. So that's another thing that you're going to see with this East State Street improvement. And that's one of the first things you're going to see. But again, once we get into the season, which is a warmer part of as things get warmer, the asphalt plants will start opening up in earnest, and that's when the milling and repaving of fresh asphalt will go down. And that repair will go all the way, in terms of asphalt, it'll go all the way from around Home Street, which is a street that goes down to the library, and it'll continue on down to the vicinity of Lowe's, to where Lowe's is. So and beyond, actually. It'll be the asphalt portion. I think it goes all the way down to Cook Drive. But a lot coming. I know it's a pain, and it has been, and I've seen it, I've been on it, I understand it, and I know that everyone has had to bear through that, but we're at a point now to where we see the light at the end of the tunnel as we move forward.
And then I saw that, that's phase one, get that situation. Phase two is, the on-off ramp. It's going to be closed for over 40 plus days.
Yes.
What are the plans to maneuver around that situation?
We will have a lot of signage. Our variable message signs will be up, directing traffic in different directions around. Unfortunately, one of those detours is going to be, if you are heading, I believe it's 33 West, that you're going to have to take 50 if you want to get to East State Street. When I'm saying East State Street, if you want to get out to the mall, out in that area, you're likely to have to go around, cross over the river, 50 down to where 50 you can take the Cloverleaf and get onto East State Street and access it that way. And again, yes, we're projecting 45 days of off-ramp and on-ramp closures, but it's going to be during the summer. Because we also work around move in and move out and move in with OU, which is when our populace really starts to swell. So we will get through it, but it will be difficult at some points in time, but we'll make sure everyone's messaged as to how to get around the detours in the city.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Joe. Thank you, Anna. And thank you again. Thank you to my friends who are up here with me. I know this press conference went a little longer than typical, but it was so worth it. And thank you to anyone who's tuned in today. I always appreciate everyone who does. And I just wish everyone a great rest of your week, a safe weekend, and hopefully you'll tune in again next week for the Mayor's Weekly Press Conference. And don't forget the parade tomorrow. One more time, 10 o'clock tomorrow, Baker Center. Be there or be square. Have a great week. Take care.